Mr. Wick ready to rip here. World of Tanks gameplay. I'm playing the 87. You can see the map. Just very quickly have a glance at that map. 87 tank destroyer. Okay, obviously if you know this map, I'm on the bridge where really only my frontal armour is going to be taking hits, and the frontal armour of this 87 is pretty beasty. So I can see my first enemy here, and you can see he's tier 5 and tier 7 will come to the tier advantage. Look at that, 250 damage. It's easier 2-shot, and with the quick reload speed I would have been able to finish him off if I needed to. Pushing up now, I'm playing quite aggressive. There's normally tanks down on my left. Is there anyone on my right? Can he see me? Yes, he can, so I can't push that much. And you can see now I'm taking hits from the left as well. My armour shrugging off a few of them. Sacrificed a bit of those shots to get a shot on the OI over there. Can I still peek? No, I can't really peek. So I'm now going to try and get some kills down here. Bit unfortunate, but I do get these spotting points for that. And you can see already this game is shaping up to be quite in the enemy's hands really. We have got 4 tanks left and an artillery, and they've got vastly more than that at the moment. Of course I don't want to give it away, but it is a great game, and it's something you know, is new. My last World of Tanks video is pretty good. So now I've just noticed the, I don't know, you can see I'm checking the map. I've just noticed we're probably going to lose this game, so I'm heading back to try and defend the base from those tanks on the right that are coming to the base. But now I've noticed that there's more tanks coming to my left. A big feat, a big challenge here for this 87. And as you'll see now, especially now, you'll see the advantage that I have over the enemy tanks, and it's because of that tier advantage or level advantage. Here we go, aiming in. Don't know how that missed. Love to send that into, you know, the game makers. What's going on there? So now there's a lot of tanks to fight. My first tier 7 tank, but he's really low on health, and I'm quite easily able to just pick him off. The other 2 tanks have got away from me. Obviously they're capturing our base. They're probably going to bully our artillery as well. Yep, there goes our artillery. 2 tanks left, me included, and 4 enemy tanks left. My other friend, my other tank destroyer friend, is trying to take their base. After watching this, I now know that my friend gets killed by their heavy tank. But I have the job of taking down everyone here who's trying to take down our base. And you can see the shots just bouncing off the 87. It's got great frontal armour. Its weak spot is, you know, is that little turret at the top. But if I just keep moving, it's hard for them to hit that. And here, I should notice, is it here? Yeah, I notice the tier 7 Jagdpanther, which is the real threat to me. Can't penetrate it. He can do some damage to me, but he is on low health. 1 shot should do. Still can't penetrate, getting the critical hits on it. You can see now he's just had a good shot on me there. Thankfully I can get him before he's able to do damage. And then the tier advantage again here just shows. You know, these guys don't stand a chance. They're trying to flank me to use my low speed as an advantage, but they just can't. Even side armour, he can't penetrate. He only gets a track hit on me. So I am starting to struggle. I'm forced to pivot and traverse now to try and take these guys down. And you can see on the clock, we've only got about 10 seconds left to capture their base. So I'm thinking, wow, this game's out there. We can win this now. If I can finish these guys off, we can win. So I've clutched those 3 guys, 1v3 tank. And oh my gosh, it's now me versus the enemy tank. And I know that he's on the opposite side of the map, because our tank nearly took their base. So from a 1v3, this is now a 1v1. Almost, is it a 1v4? 1v4, I'm trying to obviously blow it up a little bit, make my head look massive. But anyway, so now I've got to traverse this map. I don't know how long. I know it's going to take a while, but I'm going to use this advantage to talk about the use this time even to talk about the tier advantage of World of Tanks and my thoughts on it. The fact that me, a tier Winston Wick, even a tier 7 tank in this battle, can jump into a game. As you can see, the majority of them are tier 5s, a few tier 6s, and barely any tier 7s. The advantage is just it's too big. Look at my damage, my kills, and for such a slow tank that just shouldn't even be possible, really. Of course, I do get quite lucky. You know, you can say that I didn't really come across any tier 7s. There was only the Jagdpanther and that French tank that had low health. But it's the tier advantage is so big, it's so vast that the tier 5s in this game, they can't do anything to me. You saw that Stug, the first tank destroyer I killed. I nearly killed him in one shot. With an 87, the gun does not have high alpha damage. Great penetration rate of fire, but not high alpha damage, yet I still nearly one-shot him. And it's not good. You know, a lot of tanks players and YouTube tank players are saying this, the forums are saying this, the communities are saying this. A 1 tier advantage is fine. It's understandable. You want a good player base, you want to be able to get into a game quickly without waiting too long. But 2 tiers ahead, it's too big, especially when you get to the higher tiers where a tier 8 can play with a tier 10. It's madness, absolute madness. It's really tough, extremely tough, and you just almost feel when you see it, when you see that you've been put in a game with all tier 10s and you're tier 8. It's just, what's the point of playing? You know, it's very, very hard now for me to do this. And I will show my next video is going to be how to do that. How can you make the best of that situation? This is the opposite, this battle. I've got the advantage here, tier 7. I can just walk through everybody without even thinking about it. You've heard me quite a lot now. And you know that debate, it's all online. It's just too big, that's my opinion on it. Hopefully they change it. I do think they've got time to change it. This game's ever got updates on it. So hopefully they'll listen and just knock that tier, the matchmaking system, on the head. Level it, cap it off at 1 tier advantage. Tier 5s can play with tier 6s, that's fine. Tier 6s with 7s and onwards. But tier 6 to play with a tier 8, it's too big. You can't contribute enough to the game. You're limited to scouting and scouting only. But that's kind of leading on to my next video, where hopefully I'll show you guys how I play when I'm got at a huge tier or level advantage. So coming up this last guy now, I've trekked the whole map. Thanks for listening to me ramble, by the way, if you're not that into World of Tanks. I've traversed the whole map to try and get this guy, really putting my hopes on that he's still here. Because if he's not, he's pretty much won. There he is. He's just popped up on the left hand side. I haven't noticed yet. There he is. I'm now turning. Look at that, 1 health, tier 5. Well, he's a one shot. Can he even get a shot on me? Miss. What a terrible player you are, Mr. Wick. So yeah, 1v3/4. Easily done. And this was actually my last ever game with the AT7. I'm now playing the AT15, which is even more of a beast. Coming up this hill, you can see the speed on the AT7 is really its weak point. But thankfully, the tier 5 tank that I'm now versing has also got slow speed. Here we go. Poor guy. He did well. He tried to defend his base. I think we would have won, even if the timer ran out, we would have won on team destruction. I now know that he can't get back up the hill, so I don't have to go down there. I can just come around here. Look at that, he can't penetrate me. It's not fair. I don't even need to aim at any weak spot because my penetration to a tier 5 is massive. But there we go. 1v3/4, traverse the whole map to get the win for the team. What a great game. Look at this score, look at this damage, look at these medals. Boom. Of course I'm expecting a steel war medal. It's there, top of the map, 1300 base. like and a subscribe. Mr. Wick. Catch you later.